Okay, Grand Rising, getting ready to lock in the recording today for Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024. And today is Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024, so to make sure. And today I'm going to do a really quick here top-down analysis on dollar index, euro, futures, and indices market. Give me 1 second here. Let me see here. So really quickly going over to turn this down. Price is moving a little slower today. It's crazy. Okay, so really quick here, looking at the higher time frames, we'll look at dollar and then we'll drop down into the futures. So really quick, if you look at the weekly, right, we are kind of printing a bearish week. We have had a nice bounce off the 1.650 level on Euro USD, and then we're respecting pretty much the 106.50 level here on US dollar. Then when you drop down into a daily, what I'm really focused on is ever since that lower low close from the 17th of April, is that we started to show signs of weakness in this part of the range and possible distribution down to the 105 level, which if you're trading Forex, right, you're going to be wanting to see that push down from 106 down to 105 level. And you're going to want to see that 106.50 level break above the key level 1.7 and 1.750 and possibly go back into monthly open. So too much hasn't really changed there. We're going to be continuously watching this market. And if you do have swing positions, which I'll update you guys when I do, then we'll be able to manage those positions as well. But this does help us with the overall market. So we got about 5 minutes before we get into sniping. So you can kind of see the price action has just really gone sideways really since, April 15th. So if you look at, I'd say like between now and the 25th, if we haven't really moved between 106.50 and we haven't broke out of 106 and broke down, then we're essentially just going sideways on dollar, right? Because price is just doing this, right? Just going in between these two prices and getting people trapped, right? So we're not going to focus on that. What we want to see is price break out, price pull back maybe above the 80 level, and then start making its way down to attack liquidity. Okay, so I'm not really too focused other than watching for the direction of dollar and where it's going to actually go. Now, when it comes to a little bit higher time frame indices futures here, as you can see daily, here on the far left, you have NQ. In the middle, you have ES, so your S&P. On the far right, you have YM, aka Dow Jones. So when you really look at this today, like we've had that amazing daily bounce off of ES from that last down candle that we focused on at the 5,000 psychological level. And same thing happened here. We bounced off the down candle that we were looking for, 17,160s, somewhere in that area, 17,150s. And we had a daily close for Monday. And then we've opened up very bullish for today. So if we can continue up, I think it's 17.5 and 17.6, that'd be interesting. Because these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 6 down days, I would think that at least we could retrace back up to possible like 17.780s potentially. Now for the overall direction, and this is going to be the same pretty much markup for CFD, so I'm not going to go over CFD, but I will go over the prices throughout the session. So as you can see on the 4 hour, it almost kind of looks like a roller coaster, right? Higher high, higher low, and it's kind of pushing, but it's almost like they're trying to set people up to then topple over as well. So we'll see what kind of price action we get today. I will say that, ES does have a lot of liquidity at the 5120s, and I think YM has a lot at that 38, let's just say 900, and then right above on YM at 39,400, right? So a lot of inefficiency, though, inside this expansion up. I would say here that kind of makes me a little questionable, but pretty, set and clean price action here overall. Now, looking at that intraday 1 hour, like I said, overnight price is really important to me. And looking at the Asian sessions into the London, all we've done essentially on all three has just buy up. So all you have is buyers in the market. So Asian liquidity is really going to be a target of mine today, potentially, if they fail to go higher than the 17,500 level. So if we come in at New York and buys come in, they bounce and they go kind of higher and they fail to, just break through very viciously, right? Then I can anticipate some distribution in this type, in this area, this location, and then to attack back down into Asian liquidity to anticipate maybe a bigger buy. right? So I don't want to like guess, but that's kind of like where my mind is. They're already moving the markets up. And really quick, I just want to show this, like I showed on my stories on Instagram, is that I always keep an eye on gold, silver, the metals market, and pretty interesting price here on the daily, right? We finally came up to 24 and rejected, and we've actually finally broke. My computer's been a little weird today. I will say that. So I'll keep that in mind. But basically, when you look at this on the line graph, you can already tell that they've actually broke that structure. So now, as you know, I'm a better buyer than I am seller. Playing on that right side of the V could be a really good area. 2360s, 2340s, somewhere in that area, a little bit higher, to maybe attack a bigger position. Right. So that's kind of what I'm looking at there. And then, since the halving, right, with Bitcoin, there really hasn't been too much, I would say, price action that like I think most people anticipated. We'll look at that later because it's not loading right now. So let me get you guys to the snipe window. We'll get focused on that, and let me make sure I say the trader's constitution as well. So give me 1 second, and then we're ready to snipe. Okay, so got that out the way, and let's get ready to get this price action. So I'm keeping an eye on all three assets. So what I'm basically trying to see is, can they break that previous day high? Because if they can't, then they're gonna sell it down. And like I said, I'm a better buyer than seller, so I like how that looks. So if anything comes back up, we'll see how this price closes. I want to know that stop loss high on this market. What would it be here? I need this to close lower, so I'm just anticipating the move already pretty much. The high on this market is 17,444. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah. We want to sell, so we're looking for it's already kind of going. So I guess 17,444 is what I'm kind of looking at here. 17,444. So I'll let it come back up. I'm not worried about it doing this. This is exactly what I want to see. Okay. So what's really crazy is they ran the price on CFD, which is the first time I've ever seen that happen. So let me see here. 17,440. Pay profits are gonna be like market open 17,250s, and we can readjust that. But okay, cool. So it's really crazy is, like I said, CFD price showed me this exact move before it happened. So glad that happened. Let me check over here really quick. And I don't know what it is today. I think it's because like I'm moving and stuff, but my computer's catching a little bit today, guys. So I'm gonna be a little patient, a lot more patient today. Because I mean it's freezing as price is moving up, which is a little crazy for that to be happening. So I am watching rips, I am watching top step. Now we have broke that previous day high, right? So we can say that we know that we've done that, like to identify those type of things. But like I said, guys, my computer is being really weird right now. It's kind of annoying, honestly. I don't know why it's being like this. But price is above that previous day high. So that area that we talked about on that 1 hour, I think we are kind of coming into that 17.5 potentially. So we'll see though how they print the price here. So I'm gonna be patient, like I said here, just because, like I said, it's kind of being kind of catchy. I don't know what's going on, but it's just a little adversity. We'll work our way through it. Now, looking at the other two assets, when you look at ES on that 1 hour, you do have ES kind of going for that at the like 50-80 level, potentially, and then YM showing weakness at the 38,600 level. So they could wipe a lot of people, I think, on ES. I mean, that'd be 600 points down to 38, which is pretty crazy. But I guess I'm a better buyer than I am seller. And I kind of like if this starts to form up, I'll sell down. So the high on this market is 17,464. All right, so I need to know that because now if it comes back up, I need to get that trade. 464. Take profits are gonna be, come on, 250s. Okay. And so now what I want to see is I want to actually see that price close right here like that. Boom. So let's try to get this here. Make sure the stop's in the right place. Wow, what? Wow. Guys, that price, hold on. What in the heck? What? Why did they fill me at this price, dude? Okay, so 64 down to what? No, y'all, I don't know. This is kind of wilding out today. Hold on, I'm glad I have this recorded because what? Hold on, guys. What? What is it? It should be in profit. I did a sell, so we're having some difficulties here. I'm going to close this, I think. I'm trying to see if it'll go into profit, but I sold it up here at 17.4 and it's not showing anything, guys. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to close that. Hold on, I'm gonna have to write something down too, because I have no idea, guys. I sold in here, wanted the price right in here, and it lagged to all the way down there. No, it's crazy. What? Okay, so I'm gonna have to be patient here. So they did swipe the previous day highs. When you look at all three, I still think they want to go higher on ES, maybe 17.5 here as well. But when I took that sell, I've never gotten filled that bad on futures in my life doing this so far. That was a pretty bad fill. So, like I said, I don't know if there's something going on with Tradevate, the broker, if there's something going on with my computer. Because let me look at this over here. Yeah, I have no idea. 5 minutes really bullish here. I'm gonna take some notes here really fast. So it looks good to continue higher to 17.5s, but like I said, I wanted to see that short down after I got that signal. So if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna be a little upset, because I pretty much had the area that I wanted. But let's be patient because, like I said, the 5 minute is still showing a pretty nice candle here. So if we can, go below and come back up, then I'll still have a position to find today. And for some reason, I just don't know. Looking at the price right now, like I said, we're still pushing bullish on those 1 hours on ES. So everything is like, even you guys see, like, I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but like, it's like freezing on the time. Give me 1 second. Let me try to like do this really quick and just see. What the heck? Okay, so maybe this will help. I don't know. But they are going bullish here. It seems like, and then in this first 5 minute close, what we got was pretty much indecision. So I don't have any moves on the board today. Let me take a look at this over here. 17,325. Yes. Yes. If this does sell off, I'm gonna be salty. So those look pretty good. Like I said, I'm not gonna force myself into it because I've already taken the trade and I'm gonna have to do something with Tradeovate. I was in a short and it put me in 20, 30 points to the downside. So but ES over here on the other board, we just broke 50.70. It looks like we're gonna break that 50.80 level. So I could anticipate on the 1 hour we may push up here into that 17,500 level. But like I said, I mean, the way I read price action here, and that rejection after taking the sweep of liquidity, to me, that's a good short as well. So I've got to be patient here. Looking at CFD price, um, let me make sure it's on point with what I'm looking at on my broker. 17,320. Yeah, so they're on point there. Want to make sure. So let's be patient here. I'm gonna be pretty salty. I'm not gonna lie. If this works out, I might end up factoring back in if I get a little bit better price action of it. But as of right now, after taking that previous day high, I can anticipate a sweep. You know. Now, don't forget here, 8:40 in 5 minutes, we have news. So that might be the orders, just, collecting, who knows. But I'm anticipating a fast move, right? And that inside that fast move, I would anticipate, the better move going into the PM session. Yeah, if they would have had this short and kept me in there like where I actually got, which was like 54. Um, then that would have been fine. I would have accepted the risk. 64 was the high. So, but even when I started pushing in the profit, it wasn't the price wasn't going in the profit, which was really weird. So we'll see. So I'm gonna take notes here on the open here really fast, just kind of. Okay, so we did just go break the highs, and that's pre-news, right? That we're going to break those highs. So when I'm looking at that 17.4 markup, when it comes to NQ here or NAS, right? I'm going to be looking at that 1 hour area like this, right? I'm looking for that last up candles open, 17,500 rejection potential. Okay. So that's kind of where the focus is. If you're looking at that CFD as well. It looks like 17,380s, somewhere in that area, I would think. So I like how this is looking. Like I said, I'm going to let that news price come out here in 2 minutes and see if we can get something going into the close of 9 or the beginning of 9. But it's not just super clear today. I won't force it, but I haven't taken any position on CFD. I took one on here, which I'm going to see if Tradeabate will work with me because it's either my computer or that was their issue. Now, we are still inside that 1 hour range, which is a good spot to be. We did come up and hit the imbalance perfectly, right? So I do want to show that just really quick. We did come up and fill that imbalance right there that we were looking for. So, we could come up here at the news, or this could be the move, which I think this could be. So I'm going to be looking to possibly take something here. I do have a little CFD position on the board, but I don't want to take a futures position before the news. But I do like that, how this price is looking, how this 5 minute could close above previous day range. So if they could maybe spike down super fast and pull back and give me like a midi, I might play it. But my computer is just lagging so bad right now, unfortunately. I don't know what is going on. But CFD position just fell, so let's see if it just falls or balls. I have no idea. Did it pop? Yeah, they're playing today. I have no idea what they're trying to do. Okay, so that fast push, I mean, I would normally play this like this right here if I could with that risk, you know what I mean? So I need to see it go down first and then come back up. And right now it's going up, so that's good. We're still waiting here. And everything is loading crazy today. This might be my sign. Okay, cool. Prices rallying up. That's fine. What I want to see is if we break the 1 hour level, right? So if we break 17,550 pretty much, so another 50 points up, then I'm going to be looking to short that as soon as I get into that area. Because this fast move is just really dragging people. You have ES on the move as well, 50/80s. All right. So let's see what they do. So a lot of people, as prices going up, are definitely trying to get into this trade. So let's focus on these 5 minute candles here. Now we are at 17,382s on this price here on the NAS 100 indices. So I could anticipate something, like I said, right here in this 1 hour area if you start getting the signal anywhere in this area. I'm not saying that they won't just go push higher, but this would be the time now as they're doing this. So I'm going to definitely be kind of framing this up. My computer's starting to kind of work. So I'm going to see what that high is, right? 17,520 and a quarter. It's just driving me insane. 17,520 and a quarter. And I'm just right now, I'm just looking at this. And then our take profits are going to be, I would say 17,250s, and we can rearrange if we needed to. Wow, this is just, I'm gonna have to restart my computer. I feel like today. Okay, so right now it's a good risk, to the highs. Me personally probably want to see one more rejection of this 17,500 level, to then take it down. So we shall see. So I'd really, like I said, like he said, I'd like to see this 5-minute close and see how it closes, and then see if there's something I can play as a buy position in my head, on if I flip this upside down here. But if they just continue to make higher highs and higher lows and 5-minute opens and close bullish, then this move will become invalid, and then I'll look for another move. But right now we're still flat on the day, so we haven't taken a position. I had one small on CFD, but I didn't have very much volume on it. Now I want to wait. I like how this looks. I like how that I usually would take this, but I want to wait for that 5-minute how it's going to print really quickly. So ES still very strong, printing about 50, 80, attacking that 1 hour liquidity, could be reaching for that 51 whole level. And then YM is now holding 38,500 and staying relatively pretty bullish. So I'm going to build into this position here. I actually like this spot. Let's see if they fill me the right way this time, because that was the issue last time. Okay, so at least filled me the right way. So give me 1 second here. Make sure it's got the one over here. Just making the stop loss. Okay, so we have our area, right? This is our first trade outside of the fluke trade, right? So what we're trying to see is this next 5-minute candle get weak and start attacking down the 17,450s, because if not, they're going to come back up. But as of right now, the way this looks on the 1 hour, if you were to plot it, I think it looks pretty good. I'm looking for like 17.5 down to 17.4 here on futures, where I'll probably be able to, track this one off. And then I have the CFD position as well, which I will probably partial on CFD and the below 17.3s, 17.250s potentially if we can get down there. So looks pretty good. We'll see. All right, we'll see how it goes. Looks like a pretty good entry based off timing and stuff, though. So let's see. So really good trade, I think, so far. Just continue to see if we can get what we want to see. Okay, so good price action here. Potentially here. Now we are up based on our risk was 20. We end up getting basically what entry they give us, 96. So 06, 16, and 26. I think we're about a 20-point risk. So, $400 risk. If you're up 800, you're up a 1 to 2, right? If you're up 4 times 3, it'd be 12. So 1,200. 4 times 4 would be 16. So I'll let this play out. Also, with the framework, it's a probability trade. If it works, it works. I could have already went risk off because I was at like a 1 to 2. But I'm gonna let this play out and kind of build some momentum here. About 75% is top number. 50% retracement there, and NASDAQ. So we're really just kind of hanging in there and watching 5-minute price. But if it starts to pull back, we haven't had that sign yet. Now, if we break lower than that previous day high, right, on this 5-minute, if we can break lower than that, then I could definitely see price starting to fall off on those smaller time frames as well. right? And I really would like for that Asian liquidity to be attacked. So I'm gonna try not to move the screen as much because it tends to want to mess up then. Partial down some of my CFD position, left some runners. Excuse me. And then looking at these, the other assets, they're not really showing that weakness, and we're kind of just bouncing here. So it's really going to come down to, let me make sure the risk is placed the right way here. Sorry, guys. Okay. Had to position the rest of the risk on the other trade. Now, what I'm doing is I'm basically just waiting here. Now, I'm a better buyer than I am seller, so I'm evaluating this from a buy position perspective, right? So if they can come back to that 17.5 and start to really push against the move that I have here, then you have a 5-minute open, a 5-minute close strong, and then you have another 5-minute opening pretty strong. So it is what it is on this one, right? I'm willing to take another trade if I need to. Now, like I said, I could have went break even on this trade, or if it was, like I said, if it was a micro, I could have parceled it down. But I'm willing to accept this risk here in a day. So this one knocks me out, then like I said, I'll probably play right above my level because this is actually pushing pretty quickly here. So yeah, that first trade, like I said, was to me was just retarded how it like basically worked out. It wasn't showing me a profit even when I was past the initial balance or like the initial level that I had picked. So still holding the CFD position, same stop loss placement essentially. So, or yeah, it is the same, just not the same price. So now we can't break above on this 5-minute here above 17.5, and it starts to show some weakness here. Then we may end up holding. But that doesn't look so promising. It looks like they want to go a little bit higher here, which is okay. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I have my stop loss placement on both. 15 5-minute high there. So they're gonna have to run the highs out before I would be out of the markets. Wow, I just looked over at ES, y'all, and it's blasting. It just blasted. So they're probably gonna blast me out on this. They just blasted those highs viciously. So this will probably get blasted here. I would come in and hit, close out, but I know better than do that than it freeze. So plus it's a predetermined risk, average loss for me is around $400 to $600. So there, it looks like they're about to pump it. So it's a little bit more, 430. Okay, so 435.20. And then let me see here. So I have room I only take like 1 to 2 trades a day on here. And I do have to factor in until I talk with Tradevate, that first one. So I have room for one more trade here today. So I just need to make the best of it. That one actually was pretty, I felt like it was pretty good. It's just, you have to be patient, wait. They might just come and have ran me out just to then go lower here now. So we'll see. Okay. So I like how that just did. So now like my 5-minute play might actually start to brew. So I need to know where this high is. 17.527.25. And I'm waiting for that 5-minute signal now. 17.527.25. 527.25. All right, and then if your take profits are gonna be like the 250s. All right, so like somewhere in here. For right now, we can always rearrange. So now like this is what I'm gonna look for. You know, I would sometimes take this type of position. But what I want to wait for is some 5 minute price action because like I said, I'm a better buyer than seller. So a 5 minute can show me some signs that it wants to go back below 17.5 and then give me that open of that candle potentially. Yeah, I'll probably take it. Now, if you want to be aggressive, you can be aggressive here and play the stop loss that I'm showing you guys, right? The 15 5 minute high, which is 17,527 and 3/4, right? So I need to change that right there to 3/4 to make sure that risk makes sense. And then remember what I'm really focused on is a 15 and 5. So it's gotta be patient here. So we're waiting on that 9 a.m. volume to see what we get. This could be a good price level. You know, I like the risk. It's just I have to factor in that other trade, unfortunately, until later today on this one. So 1 hour close coming on all three, and it looks like looks like YM wants to take that 38,700. We have 5,100 loading on ES, and I think we're in a good spot here. So I am going to potentially take an entry here and basically identifying the 50% of this candle, but I do want to wait until I can get that close lower and push back today on this. But I do like this trade to wipe out most people here, honestly. Just need a little bit more confluence because you see how it looks. We're on the right side of the V right now. So if it popped back up into 17,490 and back down to this whole level, that would give me a little bit more. So let's watch how the 5 minute closes because it might just explode up. Okay. Make sure you're watching those fill prices, right? So ES is in that spot 5083. YM still trying to take the highs, and this could end up working out. Let's see here. Really nothing yet on that 5 minute that shows me. Right now, it's just like higher highs and higher lows, right? But I do like where we're at on the 1 hour perspective. So now this, if it pulls back, right, I'll probably play this level. I'm willing to risk like 500 to 600 left on here. Like that. Let's see if they'll give me right there under that whole level. Okay, so this will be my last trade today on here, just because, like I said, it's laggy every time I take the trade. And I wanted to see if it was going to fill fast like that. So this might end up being a quick loss, honestly. But stop loss placement is set. I thought they'd fill me a little bit closer to like right there, but check this over here really quick. Okay, so this could work out, like I said, potentially. The 5 minute can close lower here, so I just kind of want to show this really quick. All right, if you're looking at just the 5 minute in general, anything below this open is going to be like if it closes below on a 5 minute, is going to be a good sign of weakness to go back down, I would think, to here. But we need to go wipe out, I would say, pretty much from 17.5 down to 17.4 fairly quickly here. Okay. So we'll see what we get. So that's going to be my last trade on futures for today. I'm wanting to get down from 17.5 to 17.400, be 100+ point push. Even if we get down to New York Open, based off the math of the day, right? I have one loss, essentially for my normal predetermined number. And so if we can get down below, I'd say back to daily open, I would probably be good on this trade for the day, or I'll trail my risk here once we reach New York Open. So we still haven't gotten price to push lower yet. We're trying though, right? Let's see here. I'm gonna move this right now. Okay, so I'm just watching price, watching this 5 minute, like this 5 minute now. All right, based off how I look at price. If this 5 minute candle can close lower, that's a great sign that they're gonna go wipe out the New York liquidity to me. Like these people in this wick and from the 7:30 news. So it looks pretty good right now. The location of the trade looks pretty good. It's just, can we get that push to come with us back down? So to me, if price on this 5 minute here in 30 seconds can close, lower open, lower close, great. But if it keeps printing how it is and goes back above 17,500, I'm not as for sure. But when I guess I'm better buyer than seller, and I'm playing to me in my eyes. My computer is loading so slow, guys. It's just frustrating. I'm trying to stay coherent and calm here, but it's literally. So we're on the right side of the V, right? If you look at this middle screen, so I'm anticipating that if we're on the right side of the V, that we can push down to 17.4 potentially. So we'll see what we get here. Good 5 minute close. Now we need that 5 minute to close lower. Otherwise, it's going to hold bullish. Looking at the other two, ES looks pretty strong, pushing to 51. And this looks pretty, it could be strong as well up to the 17.6s. But right now we're getting the price action that we do like to see. So, like I said, we can even extend down to 17.450 half level, back where the previous day high was. Then, coming back into that New York price might be really good today. Right now it's looking kind of rough. That 5 minute, you gotta wait. It seems like for that confirmation. Okay, so it is starting to get a little bullish, which is a little frustrating here. But you must sometimes wait for that 5 minute break. But I still think this is going to attack those New York traders, but we'll see because that 5 minute is not closing any lower lows. So you basically have buyers coming in here at 17.5. If it closes any higher than 17.5, they're going to rip that stop loss. And that would probably be the end of it for me today, just because I need to restart my computer anyway. It's loading so slow. That's funny. And so this trade, like I said, this is not going to work out. I don't think they're not going any lower here, and I can't deal with this lagging today. So I'm going to end up hitting my personal max daily loss for me, which is going to be 800 in total if this one. If this one was to not, if this one is to hit the stop loss, then that would hit my personal that I have set for myself. So price is already closing back above. This level 5 minutes super strong. So I'll let them, if they do this, I'll probably let them go ahead and win the PM session today because I have no idea what's wrong with my computer. Just lagging even when I move. It's crazy. Yeah, so my stop's probably gonna get hit. This is just, starting off from today. Sometimes you just have to live and learn. But the way that my computer's already lagging from that first trade, and then, I entered here. As you guys can see, I entered here. It was around 17,450s, and price filled me at 17. Like, I gotta look at the fill price. It filled me in like the 20s, right? So, you know, today it is what it is for the recording. Definitely was a loss today on here. And then let me check CFD, and it was a loss over there as well, obviously. So that'll probably be it for me on the recording side today, just because today I got a lot going on, guys. I'm moving today. I'm getting ready to pack up my office. So there will be, I think personally, more positions as you get into that 11 o'clock, going into like noon, the PM session today. But today, unfortunately, I'm just not here for it because I personally didn't want to buy this after the breakout, after it broke out of the level. Let me try to check that. 8:45 actually wasn't bad. So we'll see. But appreciate you guys watching the recording for today. Obviously, like I said, you can't win them all. And I'm just kind of writing some notes down here really quick. Mm. Okay, cool. So I got my notes. Like I said, be on the lookout. They have stopped a lot of people out now. Maybe wait for that 5-minute signal. Um, I'm gonna have to restart my computer though because I want it to load faster. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. Everything's loading so slow. What is going on?